Right, hello, you lovely lot. What's going on in your world? I've come out without my shades. Nightmare. It's actually sunny today. The sun is shining down on LUFC. Listen, 5 things. What do you want to know? Listen, unbelievable yesterday. I'm guessing you guys are still on the crest of a wave right now. Let's get into it. Let me know your 5 things as well, everybody, in the comment section below. Number 1 for me, the back 2. It's interesting, isn't it? The composition of the back 2. Does Jacobiol ever get in at this moment in time? I'd like to see Leeds move to a back 3 at points. But right now, Strauch and Rodon, I thought yesterday in defending the box, I thought Strauch in build-up was immaculate as well. Joe up against the likes of Strand Larsen. Larsen looked like he was leaning on Rodon a little bit more. Defending of that 6-yard and 18-yard were just brilliant yesterday. Absolutely incredible, not when it comes to just that physical combativeness, but as you guys know, the interpretation, the perception of where the ball's going to land, which is so important, because if you've got that nailed down, the ball's not going to be bobbling around the box as much as it was at points when Arokadare had that shot on goal. But you're going to limit those sort of chances for the opposition. I thought Leeds, and especially the back 2, were brilliant yesterday. It was their best game for me of the season so far as a 2. I know a lot will say Everton, I know a lot will say Newcastle, but it was a different type of game yesterday. The balls were flying in when it came to Wolves, from Agbadou and Bueno in that second half. You had 2 players who, in total, Arokadare, I thought Arokadare was better than Strand Larsen, which I didn't think was possible. But he was better in the air. I think Strand Larsen's elite aerially, but we managed to keep him quiet, which was it's just brilliant from a Leeds United perspective. With the height that I was giving him and everybody's giving him in the pre-match build-up. So number 2 thing that we learned, Gabby Goodmanson is probably the best left back in the world. No, but I think we're just talking about a back 3 then, everybody, weren't we, in terms of Leeds United and what we can go to. And as a wing-back, I think he's brilliant. I thought he really set the tone yesterday for us getting forward, driving into the heart of Wolverhampton Wanderers and really able to get Leeds United up the pitch. I thought on the other side, and I guess it comprises, number 2 is Bogle, and I'm really hoping he's okay, because fundamentally I think in the Daniel Farr career he's been his best signing, and I put him above Tanaka just purely because of availability. I thought Bogle was brilliant. I think the combination of Bogle and Goodmanson as the wing backs at Leeds United is Premier League level. But I thought yesterday, Gabby Goodmanson, we've got nothing to worry about with him. The last £10 million fullback we brought in, let us know in the comment section below who was it, was dreadful. But Goodmanson can do everything, I think. I think he's very good going forward. I think he's very good when he's got his back to goal as well. And ultimately, I think he's very good at getting Leeds up the pitch and press resistant and good in tight spaces, which always helps. So number 3, everybody, Dominic Calvert-Lewis, best game for Leeds United. I thought the brilliance, I have to say, of Karl Darlow, which we'll get onto in a little bit, but Darlow been able to find him so many times, that direct ball, but the range of Darlow's passing and the leap of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I mentioned it in the Fulham game, but you just see it yesterday, the leap, the connection, and being able to actually hit your man. You know, being able to, if you're up in the air, you think to yourself, it's like, if I get something on it, it's up to the players who are secondary then, you know, to win those second balls, to win that second phase of attacking. And our players did that yesterday. You had the likes of Longstaff, you had the likes of Stack, you had the likes of even, you know, deeper players like Ampadu picking up on those loose balls, but Dominic Calvert-Lewin was winning everything. He was bullying the Wolves centre-backs, and I thought that's what he did for the majority of the game. Was really happy with his performance, and physically, conditioning wise, he looked brilliant. You know, he was chasing defenders down. I thought it was really good to effectively get 90 minutes under his belt, because it's really important when it comes to conditioning and match fitness that you're not just fit and you can do 5-10k on the treadmill and you've got, you know, 3 to 5% body fat, which I think he has as a 6'3" male at 10 stone. But it's also the ability to be able to be excellent on the pitch as well. You know, do you have that match fitness? Match fitness is very different to just general fitness. So really happy with him. And that's point 3. And can you rely on a centre forward like that? Well, if he scores like that, if he puts in performances like that, 1 in every 3 or 4, he'll turn out to be a really good signing. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, really important. And yeah, it's good to see him getting up to speed with things. Point number 4, Leeds United away from home. Just so important that Leeds got that win yesterday. So important that we were able to, you know, get an away win on the board. I've said before that we need sort of 3 or 4 away wins this season to keep us up, in my opinion. That's 1 down. I'm targeting West Ham United, and I've said you can't target them. You know, it's difficult to target these games because of, you know, things can change, but Leeds United can get a second away win if we go to Burnley and pick up a victory. Very, very realistic on the horizon. And if you're able to pick up 2 away wins like that and you're able to keep your home form up, of which Leeds at home look good, like we've looked good for the past 2 years, you're going to be in a really good spot, a really, really good spot. And absolutely loved the performance overall when it came to just the defensive discipline in that second half. And Wolves were probing, they were pressing, but they weren't able to get through that back two. They weren't able to advance into our channels either. I thought when Larson came on, he'd split the back two by trying to find those channel runs, but Leeds marshalled them really well. I thought towards the end when Harrison came on, went to a back three. Goodmanson went into a 3 at the back, a left-sided centre-back. Harrison went left-back, in my opinion, left-back slash left wing-back. We went into a back three. And interesting how Beale didn't come on, because I thought when we went to a back three, which I think we did in the last 20 minutes, that would have been perfect for Beale. Beale's still not favoured by Daniel Farke, and as I mentioned in point 1, it's going to be so interesting to see when he is favoured and when he's going to be in this starting 11, if he is at all. But it's brilliant depth, of course. But yeah, good stuff away from home. Can we target Burnley in 3 weeks' time? Get another win on the board as well. And then, you know, I've mentioned this before, but if you get to 11 points, 11 plus points after 10 games, you're looking at a really, really good points tally for Leeds, already on 7. And really important that we move into point 5 here, the points tally. We're 7 points ahead of Wolves now, you know, which is big in the Premier League. A win in the Premier League is very difficult to get. A win in the Premier League when you're foot of the table and confidence low is very difficult to get as well. So Leeds have done a very good job at this moment in time, and all of the promoted teams, I think, are doing a really, really good job in terms of just showing ourselves. You know, with 5 points off Southampton's total last season, 5 points. So it just shows the absolute show, the absolute you-know-what show that the newly promoted teams have been for the past 2 years, and how pathetic their endeavours have been in the Premier League. But Leeds, Burnley, I know Burnley haven't got that many points right now, but their performances have been very good, in my opinion, losing in the last minute to Liverpool and Man United, and obviously a win and a draw on top of that. So we'll have to wait and see how this transpires, if Leeds are able to gain a little bit more momentum. But really important as well that, you know, we carry this into the next fixture, the confidence, the mentality. I just want to finish as well on Karl Darlow. Doesn't lose his place for me. Doesn't lose his place. I don't care how much. If we're talking about value, if we're talking about money and all this sort of stuff, Strout comes in, Beale doesn't come in, because Strout's been very good at the start of the season. I think there's been a couple of games where you thought, but then you watch it back and you think, nah, he's been very good. Like Beale doesn't come in just because of his price tag at this moment in time. You can't really interrupt that centre-back partnership. Perry doesn't come back in at this moment in time. I think Karl Darlow, his handling, his kicking, which is really important in the Premier League, and ultimately his leadership from the back as well, instructing players, but just his utmost, I think the level of which he's at right now is Premier League calibre. He's played there before. He's not making mistakes, not making individual errors. Karl Darlow stays in for me. Guys, let me know your 5 things in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you tonight for the Hardline.